What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here, and I want to talk to you today about the airless tire. I feel like my entire life I've heard about the airless tire. I've seen these concepts. I read a number of auto blogs. I grew up in the Motor City, and the airless tire has been something that has been intriguing for a long time and has a lot of potential, but I'm sick of it. And I want to talk to you about why. But first of all, you probably have to be introduced to the concept of the airless tire, or sometimes I've seen it referred to as the Tweel, Tweel. I think that's actually trademarked by maybe Michelin or Goodyear or something like that. But basically, the airless tire is a tire for a car, could be a bike or scooter or whatever, but generally for a car that doesn't require compressed air. So on a regular tire, you put it on the rim, that creates an airtight seal. You fill up that tire with air. It's pressurized 35 psi, up to 50 psi, whatever. And it's that air that holds that rubber out, kind of dampens the ride for you. You can see a little bit of air suspension. I guess every car has a little bit of air suspension if you have air tires, not airless tires. The problem with this is that there is some durability limits, right? You get a nail in that tire and you lose the whole thing. You get a rock or run up against the sidewall and scuff it or cut it or distort it or hit a pothole or whatever. There are a number of situations where the aired tire, the inflatable tire, could lose air and then becomes completely worthless. Not only does it become completely worthless because now you're rolling down on the rim, if that sidewall is 3-4 inches, you're sitting lower, but secondly, you can't drive out. Especially if you ever tried to drive on a flat tire, it's usually going to chew up the tire and then it's going to come off the rim. The rim itself then is never going to really work. It doesn't have enough traction. It's probably going to put you on the ground. You're going to lose all the clearance of the car. Anyway, and this is an inconvenience for a number of reasons, because if you are driving somewhere, you would rather be able to drive to a tire repair place or a repair shop than get out and change your tire and get there, especially like on a balloon. This is why the run flats have been so popular, because yes, they won't be a comfortable ride, but at least you can just drive there. You get these hard sidewalls, but run flat tires have lacked something in comfort, but I see the value in them. I definitely see the value. And I want to say actually my Plymouth Prowler, when I had that car, I don't have any more car, I wish I had. I think they originally came with run flat tires, and that's because there was no spare tire anywhere in that car. Most cars now don't have a spare tire. They come with an inflator kit and like the slime goo that you squirt in there. That's not going to do you much good if you take a big hole, a big gash in the sidewall or something. But if you just have a nail or a bolt or something like that puncturing the tire, then yeah, it could be good enough to get you to help. Now, the other issue is, let's say you are in a rescue vehicle or in the military. This is a big thing. If someone shoots at your tire, yeah, you can put in some of these like nylon blocks inside the tire. So even if you lose pressure, you're rolling on this block. But there can be bad terrain that can be hard on tires. You can be an off-roader, same deal, break the bead on a tire. But if your tire gets shot out or blown up or something like this, it's one thing to be immobile because you don't have a working engine. But if you do have a working engine, you just can't get any grip because the rubber is blown off the wheel or you don't have air in the tire, that could be super annoying and it could be life-threatening. So anyway, military application for airless tires has been huge, kind of been universal and timeless. Anyway, the issue with the airless tires, though, is that they usually use some sort of internal structure. And the way I've seen it is they look like these tight turbines. So they have these vanes that come out of the wheel itself, or maybe the whole wheel. It's like this whole hub. And then it has usually what looks like, but it's probably pretty thick, but it looks like a thin layer of rubber on the outside that has all the tread, all the knobbiness. And so the structure of the tire is being created by these vanes, these struts, or almost like if you think about the original wire wheels, except instead of wires holding the rim to the hub, the wire would be like a blade emanating from the hub to the rim. And they're not metal usually. I don't know what they're made out of, but they will deform to some extent so that you get something like a tire-like ride, right? If you hit a rock or a pothole, you don't want to be on something that's not going to deform at all. You want it to absorb some of that hit so that you don't get that transmitted through the suspension and through the car to you. So what I've seen is that they will deform a little bit to rocks and the road curvatures and all those types of things. The problem with the airless tire, my problem with it, my only problem with it, is that it has been talked about. It has been teased. I see updates on blogs all the time. is that I feel like my entire life, let's call it 40 years of updates about the airless tire, I've never seen one. I've never seen one in person. I've never seen one available to the consumer market. I've seen them sometimes on DARPA Hummers being tested in videos that are shared or leaked or thrown out to Foxtrot Alpha or whatever. Oh, look, the airless tire is coming. This gives our battlefield warriors a leg up. It gives them another advantage, not having to worry about tire pressure or the limitations of a regular tire or whatever. But I don't know if you just cannot perfect it. I don't know if the material sciences aren't there to come up with something that takes the shock, takes the abuse, or holds up over time. Or I don't know, maybe it's an aesthetics thing. Maybe consumers just won't use an airless tire because they've got this beautiful car. Now they have this weird looking turbine type of tire or something. I tell you what, I think it can look cool if you could get different colors or finishes. Black wheels are all the rage right now. And black hides a lot of sins in terms of design. So if you just had these airless tires that were black, I don't know that anyone would notice. And when I look at the current Lincolns, they have these turbine wheels anyway. You know, it looks like that. Not exactly like that, but similarly. But I think you could sell some people on it. Now, to have that material flex and be durable and not pick up snow, get the snow compacted in there or the dirt or whatever, is probably a short list of the problems that they're trying to solve. I bet it's durability and air noise, the vibration and clogging up and all these other things. I bet there's a million things that make airless tires problematic. But the fact that they still aren't available, the fact that you still can't get them, the fact that they keep talking about them ticks me off, because the reality is, if they're never going to come out, maybe they will. But if they're not going to come out soon, stop teasing them. If they're not going to come out within the next year or two, then I don't want to hear about it, because I feel like I've been hearing about it for decades. They're coming, and every time I see the design, it looks exactly like the design I saw before. So I'm tired of the airless tire. Unless you are about to release them onto the market to be on store shelves, not shore shelves, but store shelves. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. But until they're going to be on those shelves, and I'm going to be able to pick one up, and I'm going to be able to review it for everyone in the Panda Nation, I don't want to hear about it. No more. I'm done with airless tires. Someone prove me wrong. Someone send me a set that says, hey, these things are ready for prime time, and I will give them a try. I will give them every chance, because I've been excited about them for a long time. I thought, man, these are going to make it so much easier when you go off-roading. These are going to make it so much easier if you live in an area that is pretty rural, that you don't have help, that you drive on large stretches of road, and sometimes you worry about getting a flat tire and not even having a cell signal. So many opportunities. You're an overlander. You are traveling in a foreign country, whatever it might be. Lots of opportunity and lots of opportunity missed. Oh man, that should be the motto of my life. But I'm done with them. If you are too, raise your hand. Vote now and say, yes, Peter, I'm joining. I'm joining your mission of erasing the airless tire from American history, because it's total vaporware, in my opinion. All right, that's it. That's a rant for today. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can stop more and explore so much deeper.